Hi everyone! I know when you're seeing this it's going to be a bit later, but today is September 3rd and my husband's birthday was yesterday, so we're going out to celebrate today, and I thought I would just do a little bit of a makeup date night tutorial or something like that. I still don't know what I want to do on my eyes, so I thought just for fun I'm going to text my husband right now and be like, hey, what colors do you want me to use on my eyeshadows? So I'm gonna do that and then I'll get back to you as soon as he replies. He's thinking about it. He says LOL. He has no idea. He says purple question mark. I guess we're working with purple today. Okay, I'm gonna pull out some palettes and see what I can find that we can work with, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to just prime my eyes first with my MAC paint pot. I think it's funny that he said purple because most of the time when we go out for like dinners and we're going to a nice steakhouse tonight, I always tend to go for more pretty looks. So I tend to pick out colors like that myself that are kind of like more girly but a little bit more toned down. Like I'm not going to go for a full-on like blue smoky eye most of the time if we're going out. So I thought that was kind of funny that that's what he prefers. And honestly, I have no idea what he likes makeup-wise because he's never, I don't think he's ever commented on my makeup ever, except for one time. The first time I did my first like full cut crease, I did like a rainbow cut crease, and he went, oh, I like your eye makeup today. And I was like, this is the one you like? So I thought that was kind of weird, but yeah, so it's cool that we're working with purple. I'm excited because I haven't done any purple looks in a while. Now I'm just setting this with a nude colored eyeshadow. So the palette that I want to work with today is the Zodiac palette by BH Cosmetics, and this palette has some of the most gorgeous purples that I have ever seen, and so I'll be working with these four probably right here. And I'm going to start off by taking the lightest shade in my crease, and I'm going to build up these to be pretty dramatic, and I might even pull in a little bit of black to really deepen it up. So I'm curious, what kind of eye looks do you guys go for when you're going out to like nice restaurants and stuff? Are your looks often like similar to your day looks, or do you tend to stay more on the neutral side, especially if you're like into colors? Like, what do you do? This color is seriously so pretty. Next, I'm dipping into the color right next to it that's a little bit darker, and I'll be focusing this more on the outer corner, but I'm also going to pull it into my crease as well, a little bit lower down. And I'll just be building this up with each color to make it darker. Now I'm tapping into the darkest of the purple shades, and again mostly going to be focusing it on the outer corner. I'm also going to bring this in on the lid a little bit more. And I'll probably end up doing a half cut crease after I'm done building up this. And if you're wondering about this brush, it's the 218 from Makeup Forever, and I really like this brush. It just sucks that these are kind of expensive, or I probably would have more of them, because the quality is really good and they're super soft. I'm just going in one last time with the blending brush with the lightest shade, and I'm just going to be running that on top to make sure everything's blended. So I'm going to wait to really deepen up the outer corner with the black until I've cut my crease and put the shimmers on. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my Tarte Shapetape. I'm just going to put this on the back of my hand, and then I'll be using my MAC 242 brush to cut my crease with. And you guys have seen this so many times that I'm just going to fast forward so you can watch me do it, but I'm not going to explain anything. So I am going to set this with some nude colored eyeshadow because I'm going to go in with some glitter glue afterwards with the shimmers that I'm using. So I don't want to put glitter glue on top of a sticky concealer. I don't know how that would turn out. So what I want to do is I want to go in with my McGrath Decadence palette, and I'm going to use this gold shade. And this gold shade is absolutely stunning. Actually, all of these shades are, but I mentioned this before that a lot of the time these shades tend to crease on me and I don't know why. So I'm going to use my glitter glue. This one is from Too Faced. And I'm just going to use a small brush to apply this all over where I cut my crease. And I'm just doing one eye at a time because I don't want the glitter glue to dry. And now I'll just be patting this right on top. I'm not spraying my brush or anything, so you can really see like how pigmented these colors are. And I'm also using a small fluffy brush, and I know that's not usually what you're supposed to use for shadows like this, but I figured as long as I have the glitter glue down, it'll stick to my lid anyway. So here's what this looks like without any setting spray or anything. It's absolutely amazing. Alright, I'm dipping back into my Zodiac palette, and I'm going to go back in with that dark purple, and I'll be making sure to blend out the edges here where I put down the shimmer. And I'm also patting a little bit of that dark purple over the gold just to get a gradient going. I'm going to carefully go in with a little bit of black now, and I'm using the black in the Zodiac palette as well, and I really like this black. And I'm mostly patting it on my outer corner. And I'm using a very small brush to do so. This is my Morphe M149. And Morphe has a lot of these really tiny, like fluffy blendey brushes, and I really like them. They're great for like detail work like this, where you need to put a shadow down in a specific spot before you blend it out. Next, taking a little bit of that darker purple again on a bigger, fluffier brush. This is my Morphe M321. So I'm just using small circular motions right on top of where I put down the black to try to blend it out. Moving on to my lower lash line, I'm taking the lighter purple on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to be running this all the way across. And for a little more precision, I'm going to use an angled brush with a darker purple and just run that closer to my lower lash line. I'm sorry if the lighting was crazy like that for a while. I didn't look into the viewfinder and I couldn't see it. So that's what happens when you film in daylight, because the lighting changes all the time. So I'm going to dip back into McGrath palette, and I'm gonna use this shade. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, but it's a lighter gold shade. And I'm going to put this on top of right in the inner corner where I put the gold. And then I'm going to run this a little bit onto my lower lash line. And you can see that creates a really nice gradient effect. For my waterline, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Glide On Liner. This is a dark purple in the shade Tornado. And I usually tend to stick to lighter shades in my waterline, but since this is a nighttime look, I feel that it definitely makes the look a bit more dramatic if you put something dark in here. And I'm going to just do a winged liner and some mascara off camera, and then I also want to put on some blush and highlight and lipstick because I didn't do that, but I figure we can do that together when I finish up with my eyes. Okay, mascara and liner is on. Now I need to just figure out what I want to do with my blush, and I think I want to keep it more on the cool tone pink side, so let me see what I got. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This is in the shade Rosy Pink, and this is one of my all-time favorite blushes. And I'm going pretty heavy on this because, let's see, it is 3 now and our reservation is not until 6, so I know this is going to fade off a little bit by the time we leave. But I wanted to make sure that I had time to refilm this if something went wrong or if I didn't like the look, which, I mean, I never tend to redo my makeup ever, so, but just in case something happened, I wanted to make sure I had time. For highlight, I think I'm going to use my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. I don't reach for this that often, and I don't really know why, because it's a really pretty highlight. I'm also going to put on a little bit more bronzer, and the one I'm using is from MAC. It's in the shade Biana Bronze. I'm also going to use my Peach Blur Powder by Too Faced. And I'm taking this on my Morphe G7 brush. I love this brush, and I'm just going to go over everything on my face and just buff. And I'm just going to use a nude lipstick because I hate going out for dinner and eating when I have on like a lipstick that I have to worry about. So I'm using my Jeffree Star in Christmas Cookie. This is my all-time favorite nude. So here is the finished look. Let me know what you guys like to wear on a date night out, whether or not you have a specific style that you always go for, or let me know what kind of colors you prefer. Let me know which colors your significant others prefer on you, if they even tell you that they have a special color or a certain way you do your makeup that they prefer. Let me know down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you aren't already subscribed, I hope you would consider doing so, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!